ọkùnrin oníṣègùn ìbílẹ̀ kan wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ọmọ Yorùbá pọ́nbélé ni o ìlú Èkìtì ló ti wá Akíntúndé Ayẹni ni orúkọ tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ Yemkem International làwọn èèyàn mọ̀ sí dáadáa yìnyín kí a lè ṣe míì sí i láìpẹ́ yìí ní yunifásitì lágbàràmọ́ kan ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì wọ àárín gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún lọ níbi tí wọ́n ti lọ ń wá ojúlówó àwọn ọmọ Èkìtì tí wọ́n ti fi igi ọlá tí wọ́n níran àwùjọ wọn lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n ti lo ọgbọ́n òun ìmọ̀ tí ọba aláwòrábí fún wọn fi mú àwùjọ wọn gòkè dáadáa níbẹ̀ gan ni orúkọ Akíntúndé Ayẹni ti ṣe kó tó sáwọn èèyàn Èkìtì lẹ́nu níṣẹ́ ni wọ́n ń dá tí wọ́n ń gbé tí wọ́n sọ orúkọ ọkùnrin yìí dorin o ohun tó sì sọ náà ni pé ó kájú ẹ̀ àwọ̀ tó kájú ìlú dáadáa ní tàbá sọ nípa oníṣègùn ìbílẹ̀ ìgbàlódé tó mú ohun ọ̀tun ohun àrà wọnú lílo tewétegbò tó sì mú orúkọ rere bá gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Èkìtì kété lápapọ̀ níbẹ̀ gan ni wọ́n ti bu ọkùnrin ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n ńlá nídìí iṣẹ́ ìṣègùn yìí lẹ́bùn pàtàkì kan o wọ́n foyè dá a lọ́lá wọ́n bùn ní àwọ́ọ̀dù ní Ifáfitì tèkìtì sàdánkátà ńlá ni wọ́n ń ṣe fún o kí ni ìrìn àjò ọkùnrin oníṣègùn ìbílẹ̀ yìí kí ló mú àwọ́ọ̀dù yìí wá o làkàlàkà ohun mímí ayé tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí i sẹ́yìn náà ti gbọ́ ọjọ́ wo sì ni Akíntúndé Ayẹni di àràbà nídìí iṣẹ́ ìṣègùn ìbílẹ̀ ó yá ẹ gbọ́ dáadáa láti ẹnu àgbà ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n tó ń fi tewétegbò dára.
Yemkem International ni ó tọ́lọ́ wá bá ẹ wá solution sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ.
Well, when I received the letter of the award by the Federal University of Ekiti, it wasn't a surprise to me. I think it's an award that is well deserved, and being one of the community leader and one of the stakeholders in the community and in the state of Ekiti State, and even not only the state, nationally, I think it's an award that is well deserved, and I'm very much happy when I received the letter of the award.
Yemkem International.
I think right from my youth, I've been someone who is very close to my father, and one of the greatest things I think I cherish in my father is the discipline. And discipline is one of the key that actually make me to get to the success where I am today. And because without discipline, you cannot be honest. You see, what give birth to honesty, loyalty, and integrity is discipline. And being a disciplined person, I have a focus in my life because the traditional medicine that I'm known today, I'm practicing, was inherited from my father, and being the practice of the family of Ayeni Orimekuloyi. God has used me to transform the practice to be a very global, a global thing today. And what has actually made me to be a successful person in the herbal practice is discipline. And from discipline, give back to the honesty, sincerity and commitment and the loyalty to what I'm doing. Because without discipline, you cannot be, honest to what you are doing. You cannot be loyal to the people you are communicating with, and you cannot even have the focus of what you are doing. So that is what has actually helped me. It's about discipline.
Yemkem International.
As I've said before, one of my greatest mentors in life is my late Dada Yemkem Ayeni, because the practice I'm doing today, the herbal practice, was inherited from him. Right from the age of 6 years old, I've been practicing doing herbal medicine with him. And what actually prompted me and inspired me to go with this practice is the way he's doing is the way he practiced the traditional aspect of the medicine by helping a lot of people who are very sick, and whereby people will come and be thanking him about how he was able to treat them well and they get better. And that is what actually is inspired me to go along with this practice, to know how I can develop it and how I can make it to be a global thing. And it's a great thing because from what I've gathered so far from him is the discipline, and that has actually inspired me and been my great mentor. Because no matter what you achieved from someone, what you are able to translate from the character of that person in your practice, it matters a lot. And that is what I've achieved from him. And it's one of my greatest mentors in life.
Yemkem International.
Well, one of the, I will say, I have so many highest points in the practice of herbal medicine. This is a practice I've been into for the past over 40 over 40 years. So I have a lot of greatest points in the practice. I've achieved a lot nationally and internationally. And being a global ambassador of herbal medicine in Nigeria and internationally, I will say the greatest point I've ever made in the practice was when I introduced the alcoholic herbal bitters into Nigeria market in the year 2012. And that actually gave me a lot of success because it was well accepted. That was the first alcoholic herbal bitters that will be introduced into the Nigerian market. It was well accepted, and God actually make me, it gave me a very huge success from it. And we thank God that the Oshomo bitters was able to even project more of the corporate image of the Yemkem International and my personal self. So one of the greatest points is when Oshomo bitters was in, because I was competing with all other Nigerian bureaus and the rest in terms of the demand of the product at that time.
Yemkem International.
Well, my lowest point is what I'm going to refer to. The Yoruba says, but I thank God. You see, my lowest point again, I'm still going to back to the Oshomo bitters, because when the product was introduced into the Nigerian market, the demand was heavy. The acceptability was very, very, by 99%. But, suddenly, I believe, maybe through the handwork of the enemies, the factory got burned in 2013. And we lost 560 million naira in one single day. I think that was one of the biggest tragedy the company, has ever witnessed, and it was one of my memorable days. We thank God that all the factory workers, they were all alive, nobody died, because on that particular day the incident happened, we have 258 factory workers working on that particular day when the incident happened. So it's very unbelievable that nobody died to the incident. That was the happiness I have in it. But the other side is what we lost. It was a very, very big tragedy. We lost over 500 million one single day. So, but we thank God for the life of these factory workers that worked by that very day. So, and in business, you are bound to face challenges. And when you have challenges in business, the ultimate point of it is how to outcome the challenges. That is the great. And the Almighty God gave me the courage to fight the challenges and to overcome the challenges.
Yemkem International.
Well, I thank God when you have challenges at times glorious day will come that you feel so happy. I think before, one of my memorable day in the practice of herbal medicine was when I commissioned Pathfinder Hotel and Holiday in Ado-Ekiti in March 2007. As at that time, Pathfinder Hotel and Holiday was the biggest investment in Ekiti as a state. And the hotel was built on 3 acres of land. And as at that time, what actually prompted me to build that hotel was that there was no hotel in Ekiti in general that you can point as a 2 or 3 star hotel. And having the fact that in 2003 was the year I opened my country home in Ekiti. So in 2003, we find it so difficult, hotels where people can lodge. We find it so difficult. There is no hotel of any standard you can even say, okay, go and lodge there. And you see that a lot of people, even when they come to Ado-Ekiti for occasion, or maybe they come to Ado-Ekiti for one thing or the other, many people go back to Akure to go and sleep. Hardly you see people sleeping in Ado-Ekiti, being the capital of the state. So that is what actually prompted me to say, okay, let me build a standard hotel, or class standard hotel that, that is befitting, that people when they come to Ekiti can actually lodge. And we started the project in 2005, and we commissioned the hotel in 2007 March. On the day of the occasion, The hotel was chairman by the Babare. Afe Babalola was the chairman of the occasion. It was well attended by all dignitaries who are people of high caliber in this country. That was my very greatest and one of the happiest day I have, that I was able to contribute my own quota to the economic growth of Ekiti State. Because at that time, I make sure 99% of the people that work in Pathfinder Hotel are from Ekiti. So I created employment. I make Ekiti to be great, because after the commissioning of the Pathfinder Hotel, a lot of things are coming to Ekiti. It brought a lot of infrastructures. It brought so many things. And in fact, when the hotel, on the day of the occasion, Baba Afe Babalola said that with what I've done today, he has determined to bring the university he wanted to build to Ekiti. So that Pathfinder Hotel was gave birth to Harvard University today. So it's one of my greatest achievements.
Yemkem International.
My kind advice to all our youths is to be more focused, to be more creative, to be more disciplined. Because a journey of 10 years, you cannot make it to be a journey of one day. And what is actually happening in our society today is that most of our youths, they are very, very too ambitious. It's not bad for someone to be ambitious as a person, but you don't need to be too ambitious. Like everybody will say, okay, Akintunde Ayeni, I want to be like Akintunde Ayeni. Do you know what Akintunde Ayeni has passed in life? I've passed through many bridges in life. I've passed through many bad roads before I get to the good third road. My beginning of life was from one single room, face me and face you, before I moved to the 3-bedroom flat. From 3-bedroom flat, I moved to my own personal house. It's a ladder. So my advice to the youth is that you don't say because your friend is making it, you don't know how he's making it, then you want to cross the road or you want to go on the fast track to make the money. You might get it missed. So my advice is for them to be more serious, to be creative in mind. It's not everybody that goes to the university that will use the certificate to work in the offices. Going to the university is for you to acquire knowledge. I think I would advise our youth to be more creative in mind and to be more focused, you understand, and to know, they have to discover themselves. If you can discover yourself and you are focused, you get to the higher level. And most importantly, I want to advise all our youth to be very, very hardworking. You see, hardworking can make you to be successful in life. Don't let anybody deceive you that no matter you're hardworking, you cannot make it in Nigeria. If you are hardworking and you know what you are doing, like what I've said, that you have to discover yourself, those three things goes together: hardworking, commitment, and dedication. In anything you are doing, if you have those three things beside you, believe me, you are going to make it in life. God bless you all.
Akẹ́tara ẹ̀ abàdákẹ́, ọ̀rẹ́ mi, má gba ìsàn láàyè o. Báìsàn bá gbé ẹ sọ́lẹ̀ tó lọ sí gbàrà lọ sí gbòòrò tó jẹ́ wípé ìsèlú ni. Ilé iṣẹ́ kan bẹ tí mo mọ̀ tó fi tewétegbò ṣọmọ aráyé lóore. Yemkem International ni ó tọ́ lọ, wá bá ẹ wá solution.